Long streamers of moss-covered vines hang down the red rock wall in huge numbers, inviting you to climb onto the plateau above. After the uncertain ground of the swamp, the hard jagged rock is a welcome relief. You make good progress reaching the top just as the sun is sinking into a sea of scarlet mist that shrouds the eastern Danak. In the failing light, you discover a trail that winds northward through the knee-high foliage. Do you wish to use pathmanship?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Even in the failing light, you can see that this trail is frequently used. The spongy vegetation is crushed flat, and a profusion of tracks are imprinted on the loamy soil. The tracks were made by man-sized creatures, barefooted and web-toed. Close to the main trail winds another, less obvious track. For some reason, something or someone has gone to great lengths to keep this trail secret. Do you wish to follow the well-trodden trail or the secret trail?
The secret trail, I would assume.
Yeah, let's try that.
Because the secret is always more exciting than the obvious.
A full moon and a cloudless sky make your passage along this secret path much easier. It follows a tortuous route through the tall plants, around mossy mounds full of crawling insects, past the dark entrances to underground warrens, and skirts the fringe of a thicket of trees. Pydo halts and crouches down, ignoring the bloated spider that skulls around his knees, and points through a gap in the trees to a settlement of crudely made huts. Dark shapes move between them, human once, but far from human now. Gargrim, whispers Pydo with fear in his voice, the man-beasts of the Danak. In the distant past, the Gargrim was a gentle primitive folk who lived as one with the animals and the birds, cared for by the elder Magi in their jungle paradise. But the Danak has changed, and so too have the Gargrim, poisoned by the evil that conquered the land. Do you wish to approach the huts, or rather avoid the Gargrim?
Avoid. Again, we do not really have the strength to take them on.
How's your health doing, by the way?
Well, in our current situation and taking into account the whole adding points per decision, we have 14. Yeah, we are weak at the moment.
And you also know that every time I ask if you wish to use this skill, it counts as a choice, right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make certain. So, he says, did you all agree to avoid it? I can't remember.
I agree.
Okay, and he
Okay.
did so. An hour passes and you breathe a sigh of relief, glad to have left the Gargrim settlement far behind. You forgo a rest and press on along the track until you reach a promontory of rock on the northwestern tip of the island. There you stop and snatch a few hours sleep while you wait for the dawn. Day breaks and the view it brings fills you with awe. Perched on this rocky peak, you can see the sheer vastness of the swamp in all its frightening glory for the first time. Pydo activates the Starguider and scans the horizon, but even before his telltale clicks are heard, your eagle eye have spotted the glint of the temple's Colinium spire. To the west, beyond a sea of sickly green-black vegetation, stands the Temple of Orido, imprisoned but unaffected by the swamp. The howl of the Gargrim echoes across the island as you make your descent by rope and vine to the wetlands below. You reach the rocky base and set off across the mud flats, following the Starguider's signal now that the spire is hidden by swamp mist. Roll the die.
7.
You stop at noon to rest and review your progress. The Starguider's homing signal has strengthened steadily, and Pydo is optimistic that you will reach the temple before sundown if you can keep up your present pace. So far you have avoided the Danak's more hostile inhabitants, but invisible dangers still lurk all around, waiting for you to lower your guard. You are hungry and must now eat, so you grab something that's nearby.
I will hate to think if we are just grabbing a squirrel or something like that.
I don't think squirrels are surviving here. Just a
I know,
guess.
but still.
It is late afternoon when you see the Temple of Orido rising majestically out of the swamp mist and tangled vegetation. The sight of this towering ziggurat is so breathtaking that you are both stunned into silence as you feast your eyes on its untarnished splendor.
Towering cigarettes.
Yeah, I was about to
Cigarettes.
comment on
Not
that.
cigarettes, cigarettes. Cigarette.
Jiggle Rod.
Cigarette.
Yeah, cigarette. Because, you know, smoking is evil.
Cigarette. Tire upon tire of gleaming white stone, shaped and formed into perfect symmetry, confront you. Huge foundation slabs support a level carved of golden rock, inlaid and decorated with gemstones. Above that sit strata of precious metals, and the levels made up of crystal slabs, whose facets refract the colors of the rainbow. Upward climbs tiers of ruby, sapphire, and emerald that offer up a wedge-shaped spire of pure colinium crystal to the sky.
Can I be set to guard this place?
No, it's fictional.
It's shiny! I want shiny! God.
At its base, the swamp has shrunk back as if repelled by the radiant goodness of the temple. A perimeter of lush grass leads to a staircase of solid amber. You follow Pyro as he ascends towards a pair of huge triangular doors set into the second level. Everywhere, the glitter of gemstones and the gleam of precious metals radiate a purity unspoiled by the Danarch. Pyro completes the complex procedures that open the great doors, taught to him by the Elder Magi in preparations for this mission. They part and you enter, stepping on a floor of glistening gold, a floor that has lain undisturbed for 7,000 years.
Huh.
Damn.
The great doors close with a whisper. You follow Pyro along a corridor of gleaming silver. The doors close with a whisper. I will assume they whisper, clunk. You know, from a lock. You follow Pyro along a corridor of gleaming silver metal that dazzles your eye to a hall carved from solid crystal.
Did they just take every freaking precious metal and stone in the world and then just slap it together in some kind of barrier of holiness?
Icicles,
They have absolutely no taste.
icicles of diamond hang from its ceiling and reflect on a floor set with mosaics of 1,000 shimmering squares.
I want to live here.
Approach the crystal
It
dais.
sounds tacky as hell.
But precious Taggy. Approach the crystal dais, Lone Wolf instructs Pyro, pointing to a radiant circular plateau of pure quartz. But even as his words leave his lips, you're already walking towards the plinth, drawn by a strange compulsion. You mount the dais. Okay. And a flood of golden light pours down from above, bathing you in its warm, cleansing rays.
I feel happiness.
Yes, this is the best golden shower ever.
Shut up, goddammit.
You raise your cupped hands as if offering you up an invisible gift, and a tingling sensation runs the length of your arms and spread through your body, giving you an incredible sense of well-being. A ball of sparkling light is taking shape in your hands. It condenses into a radiant crystal filled with golden fire. It is the Lore Stone of Ooredo. Picture time! Just a moment. I personally don't have a whole lot to say about this picture.
Alright, let me have a look. Oh, yes. Power, holiness, crystals. This is just so good, actually.
And this also heals you to full.
I'm being blinded. Somebody turn the light off.
You're being blinded. I'm the only one standing here. Ah, this is good holiness.
The light fades and you step down from the dais, your senses aglow with a newfound wisdom and strength. Having witnessed the fulfillment of your quest, Pyro beams with joy as you return to his side. He congratulates you and bids you follow as he turns towards an archway of silver set into the crystal walls of the chamber. Come, Lone Wolf, we have a long journey ahead of us. We must leave without delay. The thought of returning to the dangers of the Danarch fills you with dread. Pyro senses your anxiety. Don't look so dismayed, he says, still smiling. The temple will provide the means for a safe return. You'll see. Intrigued by his answer, you follow in silence as he leads you through the archway and up a long flight of marble stairs to another chamber, also constructed of crystal, but veined with a marble that glistens like liquid fire.
Okay, that just sounds awesome.
It is solid collinium. At the center of the chamber, its hull resting on a cradle of steel, is a Levitron, an ancient sky ship. Like everything else that you have seen in this wondrous temple, the craft is untarnished by time. Pyro ushers you aboard and prepares to power the craft. A shudder runs through the hull as the engines rise in pitch, and slowly it lifts from its bed of steel. The chamber is built in the spire of the temple, and the roof now slides open to allow the Levitron to rise into the darkening sky above the Danarch. Pyro sets the controls and sets the ship's starguard on a course for Elysian. Then he joins you at the bow rail for one last look at the temple of Ooredo. It glows red in the light of the setting sun, but the shimmering glow is blemished by shadows that swoop back and forth across its tires. You assume it's just a trick of the twilight, until your ears are filled by a sudden and terrifying shriek. You look up to see a squadron of black-winged crones swooping down on the Levitron. On the backs of these leathery creatures ride red-robed Vordax, hideous servants of the Dark Lords of Helgedard. In their skeletal hands they wield staves of black iron which crackle with blue fire. As a crone swims past, a stream of liquid blue flame pours from its rider's staff. And hey, you have the summer sword.
Yay!
So this temple basically had something for everyone.
Remember, if the warlocks get too close, they have the ability to paralyze people.
You deflect the stream of liquid fire with the edge of your golden blade, sending it raining down into the Danark. 2 more crones swoop in and hover above the prow. The riders leap onto the deck and begin attacking part of the superstructure. Stop them! Screams Pyro, drawing his sword. Stop them or we're doomed! You leap from the bow and run across the main deck, your sun's sword raised to strike.
Well, here comes the Lightbringer.
Also, since you don't have side screen, the psychic aura they create reduce your combat skill by 2.
Oh well.
And they're immune to Mind Blast, but not Side Surge, so that puts you at 25, right?
I guess so.
Okay, so you're up against the first Warlock, and they're undead, so you have a clear advantage against them. But, yeah. And, okay, so, yeah. Roll the die, giving here.
4.
Okay.
Could be worse, could be better.
Yeah. 4, you said.
Yep.
Right. Well, in that case, you open with a fierce blow, as if you couldn't do any other kind of blow. And send the first of the creatures reeling, its flesh set afire by the powerful blow. It tries to return the favor, but only catches the side of your chin as you dodge out of the way. You lose 2 endurance points. Roll it again.
One.
Right, the creature advances forward and punches you on the nose, almost breaking it in the process. You lose 4 endurance points. You surge forward and deliver another mighty blow that relieves the creature of the burden of having a right arm.
Huh.
Roll again.
2.
Right, lunges forward with his remaining hands and manages to make a fierce scratch in your side. You lose 3 endurance points. This is the last thing it ever managed to do, as you cleave the beast in twain with a fierce blow of your mighty blade. Its comrade, pissed off that you just killed its friend, advanced to finish the job. Roll the die.
3.
Right, it charges towards you and punches you straight in the solar plexus, or it would if your armor didn't stop most of the force behind the blow. You lose 3 endurance points. You'll stare at the beast with something resembling pity for a moment before you hit it with a solid blow that sends it flying backwards. Right, roll the die again.
9.
Right, the undead rushes forward towards you, ready to strangle you. You dodge to the side, swirl around, and the next part is pretty nasty, especially if you have sympathy for the dead. Safe to say, the thing is not moving anymore.
It's been re-killed.
In fact, it's not even existing anymore.
You are non-existent. Goodbye.